Okay, so for me, the type of books I really enjoy reading. In general, I read a lot of different types of genre of books, but the books I like to go back to, um, I really like sort of dark, kind of twisted storylines, like ones that you don't really expect someone to read. Like it sounds really twisted when I say it like that, but like for example, literature-wise, the sort of Edgar Allan Poe kind of like Nathaniel Hawthorne kind of dark romantic, but I've read so many different types of books. But for me, also, what's also important is being able to relate to the main character or be able to kind of envision what the words are kind of saying. So I can read any type of good book as long as it has like really good writing, kind of. Um, so for example, like I can read like a book by a Korean author who writes about depression, and then I can read a book that's like about the struggles of the gay community. As long as it's really good and descriptive and kind of gives me like very informative kind of eye-opening experience, that's kind of what I like a lot. Um, so like lengthwise for me, I like books that are kind of long. I don't like books that I can read in like one sitting. I like books that I can like repetitively open up again and kind of just be like, oh, it's another journey, kind of like adventure. It didn't end just when I sat down and opened this book, kind of. Um, the reasons why I identify with more darker readings is more like I think in general I'm a kind of a very morbid person, and it makes me not sound very pleasant, but in general I'm kind of a pessimist. I'm very realist, and when I read books that are sort of see like kind of I can relate through the characters' eyes and experience the same emotions that they have felt, it makes me really not feel like I'm a crazy person who is the only person out there who actually experiences really dark moments and doesn't know what to do about it. But when it's more like extremely twisted, where it's more like they're kind of like rape stories or like something where they're kind of being taken advantage of, like something really horrible, that's when I feel like my remorse comes out, and I feel like that makes me feel more human because people time and time forget that through everything that they've been through, like there are times when we don't really realize what we say, and it kind of makes me like I do that all the time. It just like passes over my face. So when I sit down and read this book that's like something that's really traumatic and like a tragedy, it kind of makes me like realize that I'm still human and I still got emotions that feel pain for other people. What makes a book unforgettable for me is, in general, the storyline. The storyline and the main character are the ones that get me. If the storyline's extremely like strong and it's like always unpredictable, and along with the character being like a strong independent woman or male or just a strong lead who kind of overcomes their like difficulties, that usually gets me too. And I started reading books when I was a child. Like ever since I was a little kid in elementary school, I've always liked reading. And I don't usually like reading for my classes. I like reading outside because choosing to read books from classes, it's really hard to actually stick with them if you don't really like them. When in general, if you choose a book that you actually like to read, you actually will finish it. So, yeah, that's more like about me, about what kind of books I like.